The GR Corolla hasn't even been available at dealerships yet, and we have a special launch edition called the Circuit Edition, but now Toyota's given us an additional launch edition, special edition called the MORIZO Edition. This is incredible. Let's get into it. Over at the Toyota newsroom, Toyota GR Corolla goes wild with MORIZO Edition. MORIZO is the alias, the driving alias of master race car driver Akio Toyoda, the president and CEO of Toyota and Lexus. Go figure. GR vehicles and F vehicles are especially Akio Toyoda's little children. He spends so much time making sure these vehicles are worthy of the GR badge or the Lexus F badge. And this vehicle is the absolute pinnacle of his work into the performance vehicles within Toyota and Lexus. And this is really cool. And while you guys are watching this, if you're watching it while it goes live, I'm currently in Plano, Texas for HQC 2022, covering all the new Toyota reveals for this year, as well as early next year. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my hands-on coverage. All this coverage is done before the event, obviously. So anyways, let's get into this MORIZO edition of the GR Corolla. And if you thought the Circuit Edition looked sick, this is on another level, and it gives you a lot more performance as well. MORIZO Edition has exclusive specs like close gear ratio transmission, shorter differential gears, forged wheels. You know, reducing that unsprung weight is important, especially on the track. We have a stiffened chassis, front brake ducts, monotube shock absorbers, and ultra suede trimming seat and cabin features. We have a bump in torque. I want to say it's around 20 pound-feet of torque, from around 275 to 295. That's exciting. We have ultra lightweight two-seater design with additional mass reduction for track readiness. And we've actually heard about this model coming out. We didn't know it was going to be called. And when we got the Circuit Edition, that rumor from Japan kind of went, you know, completely out the window, because we're like, okay, well, that might not be a special edition we're getting here in stateside. Maybe it was for Japan, but no, this two-seater is coming to the United States, and it's pretty much a street legal race car. Wider high performance Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires for maximum control. It's limited to 200 vehicles during the launch year. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep making this special edition MORIZO edition. I think it would be awesome. You know, this vehicle is probably gonna go 60, 70, 80,000. I wouldn't be surprised in today's market. Someone drops 80 grand on one of these limited edition GR Corollas. We don't know the pricing yet on the vehicle, the base vehicle, the core vehicle, let alone the Circuit Edition. This is very, very exclusive, and the vehicle by itself was already going to be really, really hard to get. This is on another level. So let's go into some more details about this MORIZO Edition. Like the core in the Circuit, it has 300 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. So it's got 22 pound-feet of torque more than its pedestrian siblings. The MORIZO Edition has exclusive close ratio IMT and shorter differential gears for satisfying acceleration across the power band. GR engineers removed nearly 100 pounds of weight versus a GR Corolla Circuit Edition model. Preliminary curb weight is estimated at 3,186 pounds, which is actually really close to the A-Spec manual transmission Integra that I just drove last week. But the performance of this vehicle is going to be in a completely different class. And it probably would even smoke a Type S. We don't know anything about a Type S Integra, and I'm comparing apples to oranges because they're in two different segments, but they're both, you know, enthusiast cars at its core, right? Anyways, GR Corolla Circuit Edition preliminary curb weight is estimated 3,292. So there's your weight savings of over 100 pounds so far. So primary weight reduction came from the removal of the rear seats and the addition of forged wheels, which subtracts weights from the standard wheels that we get. Also allowed for additional weight removal in the rear. So there are no rear door speakers or rear window regulator. Even the rear wiper blade and motor were pulled to save every ounce. GR engineers have also increased rigidity with 2 additional rear strut braces. Its frame has an additional 349 spot welds and over 6 meters more structural adhesive than the standard Corolla hatch frame. You see that sort of attention given to Lexus vehicles versus their Toyota counterparts, so that's really cool. Also, if you're into those new monoshock absorbers, they will be red painted. On the inside of the MORIZO Edition, we find red and black ultra suede and leather sport seating with high bolsters and harness holes. An ultra suede wrapped steering wheel with red sightline, shift knob, and boot and parking brake lever. 2 braces span the rear of the cabin for structural support with ample space to fit 4 tires for a track day. It features the same 12.3-inch digital MID behind the steering wheel as the Core and Circuit editions, and even though it's like a race car, it still has Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. So we have functional venting here, unlike the Supra in many cases, right? We have Morizo exclusive front brake ducts and the same forged carbon fiber roof, vented bulged hood, and GR4 stamped on the side rockers as a Circuit edition. It will be available in Windchill Pearl and a Morizo Edition exclusive new matte finished gray and be built at the GR factory at Toyota's Motomachi plant. They also build the Lexus LC there, the Toyota Crown, which we might be hearing something about the Toyota Crown. I don't have any information about that vehicle yet. And if I did, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you because I'd be under embargo. Anyways, Crown is built there, the LC, the Solterra from Subaru is built there. You have the GR Yaris built there. Of course, you have the BZ4X, and the upcoming Lexus RZ will probably be built there as well. MSRP will be announced later this year with availability at Toyota dealerships in 2023. So probably early 2023, I would expect. Maybe wintertime still or spring, because any later than that, we're already at HQ 2023 at that point with a whole new lineup of amazing cars. And to finish things up, we have the spec sheet. So feel free to pause if you want to look through the spec sheet, all the specifics for this vehicle. We have that, tighter gear ratio on those gears as well. But are you excited? Well, I mean, we're all excited for the GR Corolla. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this. And the GR Corolla is going to be an amazing vehicle. It's not going to be available enough for the masses. We don't know the pricing of this vehicle. There's just a lot of things we still don't know. Availability exactly. It's going to be sometime this year. The Morizo edition sometime next year. Probably the Circuit edition I think is sometime early next year as well. So the Core edition I think comes out first. And anyways, I'm going to cut myself off. I'm really excited to see this car. Hopefully it'll be at Toyota HQC to see this Morizo edition. And maybe I could get a chance to even sit inside the GR Corolla around the track. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know I have no confirmation, but based off of the things they showed us last year at HQC at Eagles Canyon Raceway, holding out for a GR Corolla test drive while I sit alongside like Ken Gucci, professional drifter. Anyways, I'm gonna end there. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video. More videos coming out of HQ Confidential in Plano, Texas.